Hello fellow reefers, welcome back. Hope everybody's having a good day. So last video I made, I just talked about the equipment of my 65-gallon system. Today I'm going to get into the favorite part, the livestock. So we're going to jump right into it. Alright, so I'm going to talk about the fish first and then move on. The first fish I got is that guy right there, the yellow tang. I just want to make a quick response real quick. I know people are going to probably hassle me about having tangs in my 65-gallon tank, about it being small and blah blah blah. I really have nothing to say about that. My fish are all healthy and they're doing fine. If there's a time where everybody's getting cramped and they're fighting and everybody's not looking so good, then I'll make adjustments, but right now everybody's doing fine and I can't complain. So 65-gallon reef for a yellow tang, I think it's doable. You're fine as long as you have good parameters and everything. So alright, that's all I had to say about that. Back to what I was going at. Alright, so yellow tang. Ever since I walked into a saltwater fish store and they had beautiful yellow tangs swimming about in their tanks, I knew I had to have a yellow tang. The yellow of them is it's super bright. They're fantastic personalities. I like the way they like flare up their fins and swim around. It's just, to me, I really like it, and I knew I needed to have one. So he was my first fish. Now I know people say add your tangs last because of territorial issues, and I agree with that. I added him first, and I had him in the tank about a month by himself, and now he thinks he's the boss of the tank. The aggression level in my tank is low, but when I do add a fish, or he thinks he's the boss of the tank. He doesn't hurt anybody, but he's just the boss of the tank. You could tell. You know, he swims by everybody, checks on everybody, sees what they're doing. So that's him. He's cool. I really like him. He's nice. My next fish I got, and I wish they were together right now, is these two clownfish. I picked them up together. They weren't listed as a pair. I kind of like paired them myself after I got them home. The one, you can't really, okay, yeah, the one on the left, she's a female. She's the bigger one, and she was in a tank by herself. I believe they're both snowflake clownfish. I'm not 100% on my morphs of clownfish, but I think that's what they were listed as. She's got a darker pattern, and he's got a more lighter. I think that might just because their bands are bigger and she's a bigger fish in general, but they're both pretty fish. They play with the hippo tang all the time. But so I got her, she was in a tank by herself, and then a couple tanks over was the male, the little guy. He was in with a bunch of other little clownfish that were still not either male or female. So I bought those two, I put them in my tank together, and they paired up with less than a week. He usually stays out, their territory is over there behind that rock, behind the toadstool and the gorgonian. But they do swim around. Usually he's over there and she swims around and with the hippo tang and kind of cheats on him with the hippo tang. But he's following her today, I guess, so I don't know what they're doing. But like I said, he usually stays over there. I don't have an anemone for them. I'd really like to add a bubble tip anemone into my aquarium. They're beautiful. But I don't want to run the risk of him just running around all over the tank or staying to the glass, stinging corals. So I don't know. Let me know what you guys have, if you have a bubble tip in your reef. I know a lot of the more popular people have bubble tips in their reef. I don't really want to, play chase the anemone around my tank. Once I start getting, SPS, like I already have SPS encrusting on my tank, so I don't want to disrupt them, but I don't know, maybe he'll find a spot and stay there. Just let me know what you guys think. Alright, so back on to the fish. So I got these two clownfish. I really like them too. Next fish I got was this little hippo tang. He was a little smaller than a quarter when I got him. He was in with about 5 others. That was the one with the most personality, didn't hide. He was the most healthiest looking. He actually didn't have any ick on them, so that was cool when I got him. The yellow tang did, I forgot to mention that. He had a little ick on him when I first got him, but it goes away. I don't have a quarantine tank. Ick to me is if you feed your fish well and your tank is healthy, the fish won't get ick. They just have, a big immune system for ick. I can make another video talking about ick, but I don't run a quarantine tank. The only reason I would run a quarantine tank would be for like velvet or the other parasites that, you know, harder stuff like that. Like I know velvet can just destroy a tank, but ick, I'm not worried about ick. It doesn't do anything as long as your tank is healthy. All right, so back to the hippo tang. I bought this hippo tang. I really like a hippo tang is another one of those dream fish I had to have. I know it's in the movie Finding Nemo, and I always get crap of, oh, you have all the Finding Nemo tank or fish. But you know, I wasn't trying to go for a Finding Nemo theme. Like I can't help that Finding Nemo has a lot of cool fish in it, you know. So I got this hippo tang. He's really cool. I know he's gonna get really big. Again, tank police. Woo woo woo. I do have a bigger 8-foot tank downstairs that's dry, and I'm going to be building that over the course of maybe this year. I don't know. We'll see what plans hold up. So this is where, you know, I know a lot of people go, oh, I have a bigger tank that I'm going to transfer him, but right now he's in my 65 gallon. He's doing fine. He's a little guy. If he gets big and him and the yellow ting fight, then, you know, if I'm not ready on my other tank, I'll find a new home for him. But they're buddies. They eat at the clip together. Hippo tangs though are they really like to swim in there. He jets from side to side of the tank. He's got a lot of personality. I highly recommend getting a hippo tang if you like tangs. I would say get them small. I've seen bigger ones in the fish store. They always look sick. I mean, I don't know if that's just my fish store. And I like having my fish grow up. So I think it's really cool that I got him as a baby, and I can see him grow up through all the stages of life. When I did put him in there though, the yellow tang was having a fit. I threw him in there, threw the hippo tang in there, that is. The yellow tang didn't like him for a day, chasing him around the tank. I was actually going to bring him back to the local fish store. I thought I made a mistake. And then right when I was like kind of like making the decision, like, alright, take the tang back, they just made friends one day, and I don't know if the hippo tang was like, you know, showing his dominance as well, but I don't know. They get together fine now. They have no problems. So the fish after that, and another thing I'll say is I waited a good month to a couple weeks before adding these fish. Like I got the hippo tang in October, then I didn't get the clownfish till December. Then I got the hippo tang January after Christmas. So I waited a good time. So next fish I got was actually, this was an impulse buy. I bought a blue throat trigger. He's hiding down there. He's still new. I got him probably 2 weeks ago. He does come out and swim with everybody, but that's his little rock in there. He's very shy. This is the most shy fish I have. You would think, whoa, a trigger is the most shy fish and passive fish you have? Yeah, it is really weird. Oh, there he's coming out now. I heard blue throat triggers were reef safe and all that, but I did not know he was going to be the most passive fish in my tank. It's really crazy. So I got him, and then my other dream fish is a McCoster's wrasse. There he is over there. I'll try to get a little close up on him. Oh, what am I doing here? Alright, so I went to my fish store, got the blue throat trigger. I saw they had them in stock. I was like, wow, I really want a blue throat trigger when I saw them. So I got them. Kind of an impulse buy, like I said. But then they also had McCoster's wrasse. Now my fish store, I was on a waiting list for McCoster's wrasse for, I don't know, 6 months. So they called me and go, yo, we have McCoster's wrasse. I'm like, alright, sweet. So I go there, and the McCoster's wrasse ain't looking so good. Their colors are washed out, you know, they're kind of skittish. I'm like, this is not the fish I've seen in pictures of other people's aquariums. You know, McCoster's wrasse are beautiful fish. So I didn't get them. I got the trigger tang. Or, not the trigger tang, I'm sorry. I got the blue throat trigger. So I got him, and then the next day, you know, I was like, you know what, I'm just going to get the McCoster's wrasse. I always wanted a McCoster's wrasse. I'm going to get it. So I went there, and I bought him. I threw him in my tank. He didn't hide or nothing in my tank, so I don't know if there was an aggressive fish in there chasing him around. He loves my fish tank, maybe because of all the holes he can hide in and whatnot. But for a week, you know, his colors were drab and ugly, and now he's the most beautiful fish in the tank. He's got purples and violets and shiny stuff, and I don't even know, you know, it looks like someone just like shook up a paint can and that's what popped out. Like, the colors are amazing. I believe my local fish shop treats with copper or some other, stuff to ward off parasites and whatnot, so that's probably the cause of his ugly colors in the fish store. But I really like him. He eats things off the live rock all the time. He'll go down and pick something up, chew it up, and eats it, so that's cool to watch. And he's just got a lot of personality. He's always swimming inside the rocks. He's not afraid, and like I said, beautiful colors. I kind of wish I would have got more of the Macasta's wrasse if I didn't have so many fish in my tank. Yeah, so alright guys, I apologize, I'm running out of time. I know I talk way too much. I'm trying to keep these videos at 10 minutes or less. I'm at 10 minutes and 30, so I guess I'm just going over fish. Next video will be about corals. Alright, like, hit subscribe, leave me a comment what you think. Have a good day, reefers.